And welcome back to Mike Reed's Katawa Shoujo. We're gonna find out why Emmy's not sleeping well. Maybe. I can tell that she didn't mean to tell me this either, because she gives a little start like she's just been caught lying and hastens to add. It's not a big deal, though. What's the trouble? Emmy shrugs and refuses to elaborate. Stress over exams? Another shrug, but after a pause, Emmy nods hesitantly. Yeah, I guess. Actually, that's why I stopped by. She begins to look more and more miserable. Not so you'd notice, of course, but her eyes are on her lap. She's fidgeting and her voice is quiet. We need to stop hanging out so much. What? Emmy takes a deep breath like she's been practicing this. 'Cause you're too much fun to be around, and I can't concentrate when you're near me. With exams coming up soon, I just can't have that distraction. Otherwise, my grades will be pretty lousy, I'm afraid. I could help you study. She smiles at me, clearly unhappy with the situation. I'd love it if you could, but we wouldn't actually study, would we? I mean, even now, I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but I just kind of want to, not converse. Overwhelmed by my rugged manliness, I understand. That earns me a grin, at least. Emmy shakes her head. Idiot, you're full of yourself. Well, I am pretty irresistible. More or less, I guess. So that's the situation, Hisao. I have too much fun around you, and if I'm going to go into exams prepared, I need to be alone. Yeah, that's okay. It really seems to have been bothering her. Besides, it's only a couple of weeks, and we'll still see each other in the mornings and at lunch. We just hang out at school, no problem. After exams, we'll go on a date to celebrate their being over, okay? Emmy grins, pleased by that. Pleased by the proposal. Yeah, sure, that sounds great. As if to signal the end of the conversation, she leans in and kisses me. The rest of the night is not spent worrying about exams. It's weird how easily Emmy and I can keep from seeing one another after class now. Actually, I'd venture to say that it's vaguely disturbing. As easily as we'd come together, we seem to have split apart without much trouble. Well, I guess it's not exactly true. We've both been pretty bummed after that last night together. And we get to see each other every morning for our runs, and just our runs, might I add. Lunch too, I especially enjoy lunchtime with her. We have plenty of time to talk about everything outside of school, whereas the morning runs have become increasingly businesslike. I think it's because Emmy wants to make up for our foolery in the storage shed. But no matter how much we joke at lunch, I can't help feeling a little worried about her. She seems distracted more often, and I've caught her fidgeting nervously more than once. Never figured her to be someone who cared that deeply about exams, but they certainly seem to be taking their toll. Even though they haven't even started. This is just the run-up, and deep breath before the plunge. Oh, this is just the run-up, the deep breath. Okay. Tomorrow, the real trials begin. Or the real exams, anyway. As for me, I actually don't feel that worried about exams at all. I'm not sure why. I mean, they're pretty important. My scores here will determine my odds of getting into a good university. Hell, if I'm too cavalier now, it could spell doom for my academic career. But going into them, I feel confident that I'll come out on the other side okay. Muto thinks I've got the science examination locked up, at any rate. Or, as he says, the last thing that should give you trouble is my exam, Hisao. It's way beneath your talents. Then again, it is Muto who's telling me this. Fucking water bottle. His praise of me carries the veiled implication that anything less than perfect from me would be a disappointment, which has actually caused me to fret more than I should about the exam. It's for that reason that I find myself in the library after class, poring over the textbook. Pretty simple things to look over, some formulas of velocity, a few bits of friction. A walk in the park compared to my dreaded English exam. Never was good with languages. Oh yeah, that's right, these guys are freaking Japanese. As I flip through my notes one more time, my mind begins to wander. After these exams are over, things should get easier. Soon we'll graduate. Soon we'll be graduated, then off to college, hopefully. I remember my abortive attempt to find out what Emmy plans to do after high school. She avoided the subject pretty deftly, as I recall. Heck, it seems that just about every time I push too hard, she dances around the subject. Or distracts me through other means. Like a few days ago at lunch, when Rin wasn't around. I've done it! I'm startled from the rear by Yuuko's triumphant shout. Ah! Yuuko seems mortified at my sudden starting. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, I really wasn't, and it's just that, as she stutters, I move to quickly calm her down before she gets too agitated. Whoa, hey. My words seem ineffective. Yuuko continues to work herself into a complete frenzy. And it's a library, and I shouldn't be... Easy there, just calm down. And really, I'm setting a bad example, and now I'll get fired because I can't do anything right. Yuuko! Shouting seems to work, though I draw the ire of several other students studying in the library. Yuuko snaps to attention like a soldier who's just heard the captain bark an order. Sorry. Calm down, it's okay. You just startled me a little, and that's only because I was daydreaming instead of studying. So really, you got me back on task. This is a complete lie, but it seems to work. Yuuko takes a deep breath and seems to calm down a little. Though she keeps shifting around with a nervous energy that seems awfully familiar. So, what's got you so excited anyway? The Yamaku cat burglar. To her credit, Yuuko manages to convey her intense excitement in a whisper. I think I know who it is. I got an anonymous tip to their identity. So I did some spying, and I think the tipster was right. Oh, really? And who was this, burglar? Yuuko shuts her mouth, shaking her head decisively. Nope, I can't tell you that. Why not? It's between me and the burglar. I can't risk you warning him that I'm onto his game. He could tip his hand early and blow town. Then I'm left with no perp. When did Yuuko start talking like a hard-boiled detective? I wouldn't warn them. Wait, I wouldn't warn them? Why would I care? If you've got to ask that question, then you don't need to know. It doesn't make any sense, but okay. Congratulations, I guess? Thanks. For what? The, cat burglar thing? Yuuko nods and smiles appreciatively. So, studying for exams? Oh, that was the plan. I'm not having much luck, though. Really? Is it because you can't find a book? I'm really sorry. Been meaning to clean the shelves up for weeks now, but I keep getting distracted. I'm so sorry. Oh, wait. It's not that. I've got my book right here. To illustrate the point and hopefully calm Yuuko down, I show her the textbook in front of me. My mind just keeps wandering is all. Is it because of the noise in here? I'm trying to be more strict about the noise levels, but I can't bring myself to yell at people. I mean, aren't their lives hard enough without me throwing my authority around? No, it's not the noise level either, I promise. I'm just... hell, I don't know. Worried about Emmy? Worried about us? Worried about what happens after we graduate? And he's been kind of weird lately. What do you mean? Well, you know how we're dating now? I just don't know that we're actually, you know, a couple. At least I don't know that we're beyond friends. Though friends normally don't do the sort of things we do. Physically, we're a couple. Coupling at least. It's like every time I try to find out more about her, about what she wants to do with her life, she dodges the question. Like the other day, I was talking to her at lunch about some schools I've been looking into. And I asked her, have you looked into any schools lately? She shrugs in response and says no, and when I ask why not, she says that she doesn't think that far ahead. I asked why she had that policy, and I suddenly realized what I'm about to start describing and wisely decided to clam up. She what? She changed the subject. Wouldn't talk about it. Maybe it's an uncomfortable subject for her. Or she just doesn't think it needs explaining. Yeah, but it's not just that. Every time I try to find out what's been bothering her, she changes the subject too. It's like she likes being with me, but not getting close to me. Now that I've said it out loud, I feel worse. You go digest this bit of information. You know, it seems to me that you're more serious about this than she is. I can almost feel my stomach twist into a knot. She's right. It's exactly what it seems like. But is that really what's going on? I mean, sorry, I'm just talking nonsense. You shouldn't take my advice. You barely know me. I'm just a librarian and I'm single, so you can imagine I can't know what I'm talking about. No, I think you have a point. As much as it hurts to even consider it. Yuuko seems to try desperately to find a way to soften the blow somewhat. Look. I'm probably wrong, but if you want to be sure of how obviously wrong I am, maybe you should just talk to her. Get some time alone and just ask about it. And don't let her change the subject either. Hey, maybe I should do that. Or maybe I should just enjoy what I have. Well, we'll figure out what this little monologue's about next time.